It was once thought that here on Snowball Earth, the greatest threat was the sub-zero temperatures and the occasional polar bear. But now we know there are more terrifying and deadly creatures lurking amongst the snow dunes and the glaciers of this world. Welcome everybody, my name is Ryan and we are back with our Snowball Earth Challenge. This is episode 6, and if you're new or if you've missed an episode, check the playlist link down below. I've got it pinned in the comments for you. It's also in the description. And my mod list, which is quite extensive, I should add, is down there in the description of the video as well. So check that out. And we'll be shouting out a few mods as we go. Big shout out to everybody who's been leaving comments on the video, suggesting mods, various tips and stuff. It's really helpful with the game as well as with the algorithm. So please keep that up. And of course, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe for more vintage story content, and let's get into the episode today. So we are sitting here in our little igloo. I have all the clay in the world is right here. We only have one source of clay currently, which is from panning, so it's very few and far between. We're hoping to get a pickaxe mold going, but you can see that night is falling, so I've got a nice little warm and cozy session of panning here in our hot spring ahead of me. But don't worry, we'll speed right through that part and I'll just show you the loot that we get afterwards. But speaking of loot, we were able to actually fire up a crock pot, a couple of bowls, and what else? There was something else. Oh, the crucible is on the floor. Yes. So that is the previous little bit of clay that we had. We have a cooking pot too, which we were able to make our first actual meal other than just charring meat over an open fire. Unfortunately, it is 40% spoiled and it's just made of red meat nuggets, but regardless, it still counts as a proper meal despite its horrid taste and very little satiety. But we're going to eat it. There's no ill effects, of course, to eating spoiled food. It just reduces the overall satiety. Now, beyond that, we've got big plans for today's episode. I did learn that we won't be able to go and harvest that coal as soon as we get our copper pickaxe. We will require a bronze pickaxe to harvest the black coal, and the reason that's important is because there could be some fire clay hiding there beneath. That's one of the few natural sources of fire clay. I think it might be the only natural source of actual fire clay, and of course we haven't come across any blue or red clay at all in this world. Going to be very challenging. Nonetheless, we will persist, and thank you again to everybody who's been tuning in. I'm really enjoying this run so far, and I hope you guys are too. So let's get it started. I will see you bright and early, hopefully with a backpack full of clay. Alright, well, after a long night of panning, I didn't manage to get much clay. Certainly not a backpack full of it, but just 2 pieces, which I went ahead and added to the mold there, and it's still not finished, you can see, but it's 5 in the morning. I did the entire small stack of gravel. We do still have some limestone sand, but I'm getting sick of panning now, so we're just going to hold off. Unfortunately, no temple gear, so you can see what we did get here. So copper arrowhead's actually really nice. Another rusty gear, which is almost useless. We can use it for, I think, dye maybe, but let's see. We'll put away some of this stuff, clear the inventory. Excellent. Actually don't have a space yet. That's our first copper arrowhead. Interesting. Well, we'll take out the feathers. Yeah, I've definitely got way too many feathers, and I might just pitch them. We'll see. But we've got a little bit of crafting to do now. So in previous episode, we prepared some pelts, and I'd like to prepare more so we can bump up to the hunter's backpack instead of these hand baskets. But commenter mentioned that without oak in the world, we won't be able to make leather. I assumed, obviously, I got so entranced by all the limestone that we're sitting on, I forgot we will need tannin too. So I might have to look into a mod for that, or we might just have to face the reality that here on Snowball Earth, leather is not possible. But we'll see, and I'm certainly going to keep my eyes out for any oak trees now on the journey. So once again, thank you so much everybody for the comments. It's always great. But let's also check on our life tally. Since it's a limited life run, in addition to being a Homo Sapiens run, we started with 20, and if I open my dialog box, you can see it says we currently have 17, and we can figure that out by just entering the command there. World config player lives, boom, and that tells us how many we've got currently. So we died a few times, obviously. Yeah, in the last episode, the T-Rex got me. I also died to a poison berry at one point, but regardless, we're going to set this bowl down because that's going to be for an oil lamp. Let's go ahead and whip up some warmer clothing here, people. That's right. So the fur coat, I think, what do we need? A knife? Yeah. Put the knife there. Pelt large. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Awesome. Look at that. Oh my gosh, where does that go? So I was also instructed to go ahead and make a straw hat too, because that actually gives us a little bit of warmth as well. So we'll do that. But let's see, what else are we making here? I thought I had enough for all of them, but I don't think we do we? All right, we got the knee-high boots. We'll put those on. I'll probably save these things. I don't know, though. I don't know what to do with them. We need to go get some more cattails or some of the reeds to make more baskets. So we've got a big day ahead of us. Let's see. There's 3 servings in that. All right. Yeah, a little bit of inventory management. Get rid of some things that we don't need. And we're going to pop down to the lake shore, which is not too far. Kind of explore down there. Obviously, I might chop down a tree, look for some bushes that maybe I can plant. So we've got a lot to do, and let's get on top of it. All right, we are ready to rock and roll. So I think I'm also going to be trying to get some more low fertility soil. The majority of the soil in this world is barren, but the low fertility we're going to need to make some bony soil. That's right, one of the mods we have does allow us to craft bony soil, so that's going to be very helpful. It will not only increase our chances of getting temporal gear drops, which we need still to set our spawn point, but there's also some things like candles, which I don't think we're going to be able to get bees in this world. So getting candles from the bony soil is going to be critical for making lanterns. So, just got to think ahead. You really do have to plan it out quite a bit. And I think a Polar Earth or Snowball Earth challenge without mods, or at least without a lot of the ones that I've, been using to kind of help prop up the play, would be nearly impossible. I mean, you would definitely be stuck in a lot of ways, but we won't worry about that, right? Let's see. All right, so let's stay focused. I'm definitely on the lookout for some more penguins too. I'm going to need more furs, more fat, and obviously more food. But we got to be super careful. Looks like some of the snow is melting. Let's see, temperature's 23 degrees Fahrenheit. I did change the temperature. I was messing with the HUD display a little bit. Yeah, if you hit Shift U, this heads-up display mod is really great, but you can turn off certain elements. I had the time, it was interfering, or it was overlaid with this here, so I got rid of that. But, all right, let's stay focused. We're out here in the wilds. Okay, and it's entirely possible that we might be able to notice one of the little raccoon burrows, because it's possible I've missed them, walked right past them, so, okay. Huh. He's got a little fur on him. Interested. Maybe we can take that from him. Last one we killed that had a weapon actually did drop the weapon. See, I just don't want to get into a scuffle with a bunch of them. Alright, what is that right there? We got a little fox. I wonder if he'll attack that. Alright, we're going to toss a few... Oh my god, what did they just... Like, I looked at my toolbar for a second, and then there was 4 of them when I looked back up. Did they just appear? Alright, let's back up. Luckily, we didn't engage. Yeah, I gotta be careful. Those little guys, maybe they're just small enough to hide and crouch amongst the cliffs and stuff. That's how we'll kind of interpret that. Alright, let's move. I actually like getting out on the water. Not worried about flint. I got tons of flint now, but... Oh, I just heard something. What was that? If we get out here, then it's a little bit easier to see our surroundings. Yeah, much less threat over here. So let's go back, because I think I noticed a little bit of coal. Also heard something. I might actually pick this coal up. Yeah, oh my gosh, we got black coal right next to the house. I didn't even know that. So, yeah, I was told if we just crouch while looking at it, that's what auto marks it. Well, it's one of the best ways to auto mark it. So, again, big shout out to the commenters out there. Thank you. I certainly love the mods in this game, but there's so many, you know, in every playthrough I do, there's like a new mod that I'm testing out or that I've never played with before. So, yeah, you guys have been extremely helpful. Now, where did that little fox go? I wanted to take that thing out. I think that's the noise I heard earlier. Let's see if I can't scare him out of the bushes without getting myself scared. Oh boy. Oh boy, I found it. Oh, run, 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 run. We've got an orc on us too. Now these guys actually de-aggro pretty easily. Back to the healing. Is it still coming? Oh, okay. Man, that was more of a wolf than a fox, I think, obviously. Whew, man. Almost died. Alright, let's get in here. Phew. Okay. Wait, did I just hear it again? Well, I'm just going to let a little bit of time pass. I might have to build up like some walls around these. I think we're going to go ahead and set up our base at this location. I searched around so long, but inevitably what will probably happen is we'll start to build up here. I'll invest a significant amount of time into developing this and exploring underground, and then I'll probably go out and find a better place after that. But no, I'm just kidding. We'll see how it goes. We're definitely going to have to do a lot of traveling and exploring in this world for various resources, which is one of the reasons I wanted the map, obviously. But we got incredibly lucky in terms of stone. As I mentioned, we're sitting on a huge limestone deposit, and we've already come across bauxite too. In fact, there's probably bauxite below our feet if we went down one of the pits or caves. Alright, we're almost full health. I wouldn't mind actually taking out that wolf again. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, I just need to get on something here. I can't return empty-handed, and I certainly don't want to die. But I think we did pretty good on taking a few hit points off that wolf. I'm going to call it a wolf, although it resembled more of a fox. And I don't know exactly which dog species it is, but it's obviously one of our modded animals, I believe. Alright, I'm going to be careful. It came out of nowhere, too. It's very hard to see it. It had like a grayish-white fur. Maybe I'll hit up the lake again and just see if we can find some penguins. Maybe a little bit less dangerous food source. Okay, well, crap, there it is, and I think it might be coming back to me. Yeah, it's coming towards me. Or no? No, it's moving away. I don't know if that's the same one, but I did spot some penguins right out there, so let's go over to that location. I'm actually really curious about this, but he's going away from me, so I wanted to see his health bar, but we do have to get awfully close before that will pop up, so we'll just go for the easy prey. Oh my god, they're so annoying. The sounds. I'm just going to check myself here, make sure we're not getting attacked from behind or anything. Alright, let's be careful. And of course, the penguins can attack too. I don't like that they're falling into the water, but I might just have to swim below to harvest some of these carcasses, which isn't a big deal. We should be able to hold our breath for it. But, alright, I'll do the dirty work here. And once I've silenced these little penguins, we'll see what kind of meat we get. Alright, once again, we find ourselves below the waves here. A couple of them fell to the bottom. Still got to be wary of mosasaurs, too. They can spawn in lakes as well as the ocean. Even smaller variants of the mosasaur species, too. So, it's not entirely safe doing this, but don't see any, so let's get the bones. Bones are going to be much more important for us than the feathers, for sure. But, in fact, I'm probably going to toss the feathers. Got a few stacks at home. And so far, penguins have been like one of our major food sources. But, I'm pretty sure I took out the whole flock there. A few more bones and meat. Beautiful. Let's see what we ended up with here. 4 and 5 pieces of red meat. Drop that. Definitely keeping this. And, of course, the fat. Super valuable. Oh, my God. They're making an encroachment. Yep. All right. Well, we're not heading that direction. Not until we're ready to go home. But I think I'm also going to grab a few more of these cattails over here. Ooh, hold on. What bushes are these? Let's put some of these spears away. So I've got a free hand. The pine. Okay. Dwarf pine. Yeah. So we need to clip the branches. This is something another commenter pointed out, that I've been walking past these. Okay, yeah. Dryable, requires less than an hour. Can be planted while still green. Okay. So I need to get this into the ground before that. So in other words, I'm not going to harvest any more of them. Can we add these? A mark here. No, there's no auto for the mod, so I'm going to mark this real quick. Alright, there we go. So we just got a little spot. We'll return and cultivate these. For sure. Maybe I can just harvest some. Yeah, we could just get a little bit of... Oh, this isn't fruit. This is pine cones. Yeah, we're going to look into these too. There must be a way to retrieve pine nuts. Nice. Oh, we just put it right in the crafting grid. I should have at least tried that first. Alright, I don't like doing this while we're out in the wilds here. Oh, yeah, look at this. I got this guy trying to sneak up on me. Haha. What is this? Oh, it's a raccoon pup. Alright, well, that's going to give me bush meat, which I don't really have enough room for. Let's see. Can we eat these? Protein satiety. Yes, we can. Not that I need a lot more protein, but hey, if we can't get veg, at least we can get this. Alright, I'm going to have to do something about my inventory. It's a constant struggle, isn't it? Let's just see. Maybe I can actually replant this here. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll come back for that. Hopefully it'll grow. That's a good little solution to our inventory problem, but the best one is going to be to continue to hunt more penguins till we get enough fat and pelts to make those little backpacks. So I'm going to focus on that while I cut down a few more of the cattails. Oh my God, well, I found more penguins, but they are genuinely ganging up on me this time. This is nuts. Look at this. It's like an army of little munchkins coming at me. Making it actually a lot easier. Whoa, I am taking damage, though. Let's not let them get too... Oh, okay, there goes the spear. For some reason... Was that my last one? Oh, I threw the others, damn it. Oh my God, look at my health! I gotta get my spears. Oh my God. These cedars are awesome. Alright, let's kill... Oh, my health is at 50%. Oh, there's still so many of them. This is nuts. They do die from one hit of the spear, though, like when I throw it. Oh, come on. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. This is going to give us a lot, though. I'm hoping. I don't know. These things might not drop anything. Oh, God, I can't let them get behind me. This is actually kind of a horrific scene here, guys. I'm sorry I have to expose you to it, but this is part of survival in the Snowball Earth. Alright, now they seem to be running away, and I'm just kind of slaughtering them as they retreat. But, listen, they started this. Actually, no, I started it, but I finished it. So, alright, enough jibber-jabber. Let's see what these little babies drop. Anything worthwhile? No, bones. Did I get any meat? I don't think I got a single piece of meat from that. Now, what about the fat? Are we getting fat? Okay, we got a little bit of meat. Yeah, I got some fat. Alright, so I've got to hurry up and get this stuff taken care of. Now, we are coming into summer, so June 1st, I've noticed it's actually raining right now as opposed to snowing. So we've got to be careful. Keep my wits about me. Yeah, so I've got a little bit more collection to do. I can see some of it's not wanting to stack. So I'll spare you this part, and let's get home right after this. I'm starting to get nervous out here. Alright, we are headed back. I have another penguin here, but my knife broke, so I'm just going to leave these guys behind. But, yeah, they're pretty prevalent, so we should be able to come back and get them once we make another knife. Although I did end up with 6 red, 6 poultry, a nice stack of bones, 12 fat, so we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Didn't get a whole lot of cattails, but not to worry. We can come back for more of those, and most importantly, we didn't die, so let's get home. Let's see. Yeah, sun's gonna set again. So that's definitely another fun night of panning for me, no doubt about it. In fact, most of my nights will probably be spent panning. Let's see, okay, flint. How close are we? I'm going to drop into here and heal up. It's not far for the rest of the way, but you never know. Could be a grizzly bear between here and there. So let's get home and start cooking up some of this food. All right, we are back home. Gonna pop inside here. I have to put the door on, but yeah, we can put away our spears now. Hang up the trusty hunting tools. There we go. Speaking of which, I've got to make a knife. Obviously, we're going to need it before we can prepare those things, but I think we've got a few more of the skins. Yeah, I've already got 8 or 11 of these rawhides, so you know what I'm going to do with these? I'm going to take these outside and lay them down. It'll be a little bit tedious to, you know, go through them and pick them up again, but once we're ready for them, it's not a big deal. It's just going to save so much inventory space. But let's go ahead and use our fat. I'm going to do a few of these because we do need some for backpacks. I don't want to waste all our fat right away though. So, alright, like I said, I've got a little bit of inventory management, but we can definitely get this prepared. Nope, I can't. I don't have a knife. So, let's get a few things done. And like I said, I'm going to cook. Oh, I let my torch burn out like a dummy. I'm going to cook and hopefully we can finish this off, because once that's done, we can finally get our first pickaxe, because we've got the copper. Let me tell you what, I found another location too right by the lake there, so whew, man, we've got to really push for that bronze, because once we get that, I have a feeling clay will be easier to find for sure, especially with this black coal all over the area. Well, that was a pretty good panning session. Still no temple gears. Only 3 pieces of blue clay, but I did have to stack off a bunch of other stuff in the middle just because I ended up with a full inventory. But let's see, so we're going to use our clay. We'll put that all away. Oh, I got 4 more of these. Or actually, this is the first of the flint spearheads we've got, I believe, yeah, which is kind of wild. But we have a second copper arrowhead now. And let's see, oh, I also got another metal scrap too, which is great. We'll use that to make another scrap weapon once our axe breaks. Or if I can get some more vines, we might just whip up a new one and see what it is. But we'll make these and just hang them up. But first things first, let's put away our pan. And I'll drop the sand. There we go. I should just keep going till we get enough clay, but it does get a little tiresome, I won't lie to you. So let's see how much this is going to do for our mold. Probably not a lot. Oh, well, we've got the first layer built. Alright. Now comes the harder part, because I don't want to waste any of this, but by misplacing here, so okay, well, I was gonna say I don't think I'll have enough to nearly finish it anyway, so not to worry. It's gonna be slow. This clay is definitely gonna make much more plodding, sort of careful run, and we'll just have to deal with it. Now let's go ahead and whip up some spears. Oh, I also need to eat too. Yeah. So we've got some delicious food. That's it. So we'll probably want to go finish off those other penguins we saw, but what I did with the red meat was I put in my inventory with the knife, or the crafting grid with the knife, and that turned it into red meat jerky. This is courtesy of the mod Primitive Survival, but it did cure overnight in my pocket, so it's good. It's just fresh for 11 days, and we can actually cook it too, I believe. Yeah, I think we can still cook this further, so yeah, that'll just help us a little bit with preserving foods until we're able to, get more sophisticated methods. So, For spears, we need some sticks. Let's see, I've got a little bit here. Okay, there we go. Yeah. And I'm going to bring the flint with us just in case. It's always good. But, oh, of course. And here we go. All right, we're out on another hunt. Let's see if we can be as successful as yesterday and also not lose any more lives. Penguin hunt. Let's go. There he is. Oh, man. I feel like we should try. Maybe take him out. Let's get up there on the same level as him. Don't want to risk it, but if it's the same one, so if it is the same one, his health will not regenerate. It should still be very low. Okay. And it's definitely him making that little barking noise. Chase him out of here. Chase him away from my penguin crop. He's coming back. No. Let's see if we can get him. Get rid of this menace. Well, he's definitely cowardly. Maybe I won't chase him all the way into the forest. Don't want to get ambushed by a bear or something over there. So, let's see. Now that I know we can do some of this red meat, I think I might go ahead and clear another one of these penguin tribes over here. Ooh, look, some proper... oh, gosh, I still don't have any fences. You know what? Let's get some fences made real quick. Alright, I just broke one of my axes. Not a big deal, but that's probably a good point to go ahead and stop. Let's see, what's the recipe for this again? Here we go. We'll just use some wattle fence. That should work. I've got a knife, and boom. Oh yeah, 40 should be enough. So what we're going to do is head back over here. This might be a bit of work to do this without a trough. Because obviously, and I don't have any grain for the birds yet, but if we can get a couple of them fenced in, that's going to give us a great head start. Okay, I just gotta find them again. Where were they? Ooh, what do we got? Lead ore. All right, that should be marked, or do I need to do it empty-handed here? I think I do. Let's toss the bones for a second. Huh. Well, that's weird. It's not marking that. Either way, not to worry. Let's stay focused on these birds. See if I can relocate. Where the hell did they go? Oh, I should have known. I would lose my total sense of direction. Alright, but I will try to find them again before the sun goes down. Okay, well, I've located the birds. Unfortunately, they are right next to a flock of extremely noisy penguins, but here's what we're going to do. We'll set up this... okay, they're coming closer, so I gotta crouch. But we'll set up this kind of a fence line here. I might need to dig some of this out, make it level, but... let's see if we can do this from here. And of course, come on, place it. Ooh. Let me get this set up here. So I don't want to spook the birds yet, but we are going to try and spook them into here. And then I'll be shutting it down, closing them in. But, alright, let's try it. So I'm going to back away, and I'm going to flank around them. Let's see if we can manage this. These aren't exactly chickens, but I don't know if they're peacocks or what. We'll find out. But they can definitely be domesticated, and their eggs are harvestable just like chickens. So, alright, it's not perfect, but let's get them. Come on, into the fence. Oh, shoot, they're getting trapped by the snow. Alright, I have to clear the snow. Maybe it's them that's... I don't think it's them that's making the noise. No, I'm pretty sure it's the penguins nearby. But that is a maddening sound. Alright, well... maybe I can do this again, since they're kind of trapped down here by the snow. Should actually be easier this way, right? No, come on. So this is the male. Up. Get up there. Go. Yeah, this is actually quite perfect. You know what? Oh, heck, I can just build it around them. What am I thinking? Oh, yeah, suddenly they can make it up there. Oh, there's penguins in the mix here. That's what's happening. Okay, this is messy. No, god dang it. Ugh. Alright, I'm going to have to do something a little bit different here. For one, we have to get rid of these penguins. But I desperately want to keep that male and female. So let me go back around, scare them down into the thing. We'll clear out the penguins once I get them trapped. That's most important. Okay, let's see if we can get this. Go. Don't want to damage them either. Hurt them. Beautiful. Okay, he's good. He should be trapped in there, I think. Let's just take this out real quick. Okay, yeah, these penguins, they gotta die. Let me take care of that. Alright, that's much better. Yeah. Most of the penguins there done. Alright, let's see where the female go. There she is. Gotta get her down. I think that's the female. Let's get her over here. I want her kind of in this lower part, because then I can probably just put a fence around her too. Perfect, right next to the... Nope. Okay. You're not going that way. No, damn it. They are slippery. I feel like Rocky Balboa trying to chase chickens. Oh my god. Well, she's going back down. I'm going to run out of wattle fence this way. Oh my god, she's so hard to catch. Where is she? There she is. Catch her in the bush. This isn't going to work. I'm going to have to knock this out. Oh my god, what an ordeal. But it's an investment in our future here. Chasing chickens, just like Rocky in the movie. You know, he was investing in his future as a fighter, training under Mick in the old fashion, instead of being a slacker. Gosh dang it. Alright, I swear, I'm going to get this bird. Oh my god. Well, I'm not proud to say it, but it took me way longer than I had hoped. Not to worry. Ultimately, we got her. So, whoop. Oh, I'm starving. I was like, what's attacking me? Alright, I guess we'll try and eat this. Yeah, wow, that's not a lot of satiety, but of course, if it preserves the meat, that's going to be critical for us, because up to this point, I've kind of been trying not to do a whole lot of hunting all at once, because we can't cook it and keep it, you know, all together until it doesn't spoil. But now we should be good. And speaking of being good, these birds right here, let's see. So we've got a male. What is it? Oh, lag spike. Come on. All right, there we go. We got a Capreolinae cock. Good. And a Capreolinae hen. Beautiful. So let's bring down, the barrier between them. It's fine. I'm going to lay this out a little bit better too. I'm also going to have a little place where I can come up and feed them. So we'll have like a little airlock system, but definitely needs to be designed a little bit better just to keep the predators. I mean, we know already there's like a wolf variant or some sort of dog out here. So I'm going to build this up too high all around. Beautiful. Let's go. And again, we're going to need to get boards before I can actually start to domesticate. We have to have two things with the boards. The trough itself for feeding, and we're nowhere near even having grain. So it'll be a while, but we also need nest boxes for the actual birds. That way they'll have a place to lay their eggs. And of course, we can use those eggs for delicious recipes. Yes, domesticating animals, one of my favorite parts about Vintage Story, no doubt about it. And it's really down to just like, because it is such a slow and drawn out process, that's what I enjoy. You know, it's the kind of thing in an open world sandbox game where you've really got to have like these long-term projects to keep you coming back day after day and week after week. And things like fruit trees and the animal domestication really does hit that sweet spot here in Vintage Stories. So now, because as far as I know, wolves can go up over a single fence, we're going to double it up here where it's on this level. I just want to be extra careful. You saw how slippery these little things are, so I don't want to have to go through the process of catching a new mating pair. But well, looks like we almost made the perfect amount of fencing just to block it off. Beautiful. I think they'll be safe in this pen, but we'll mark it 2 on the map. That's going to be important for me, who often loses his directions. All right, save it there. We are good to go. So we've got a little house there for our hens. Oh, man, what a day it's been. Let's see, up 5:30, and we can definitely see a lot of the snow is melting for sure. It's the summer, but oh, we got enemies out there in the water. More penguins, plenty of meat, but yeah, I don't think I'm done with the penguins, at least now. We got a little bit light, so I'm going to hunt us up a bit more of this delicious penguin meat before we head back to our shack. These guys, this must have been how it was like with the sailors and the dodo bird. I don't even know if that's actually a true story, but they say that they were so easy to hunt. They had like no knowledge of humans, so they would just stand there while people clubbed them down, which is sad. It's sad. Of course, these are simulated birds, so don't feel too guilty about the penguins, guys. But I think this is a good place to sign off here. Of course, I've got another long night of panning ahead of me, but when we come back for the next episode, guys, of course, hopefully we will have made a little bit more progress towards our clay. But regardless, the series will continue. We succeeded today in not losing a life, so let's end on a high note. Thank you once again, everybody, for hanging out with me here in the polar world. I hope you'll continue to tune in. I will be posting episodes every other day, so make sure you subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.